There was many people, if I remember well. Yeah, also the small animal. How you call it? The small one,
like squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah. You didn't even see that. No. I really like animals, and I have 2 dogs and 2 cats at home as well. So for me, it's really nice to see that because you don't have opportunities to see that every day.
The official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.
And it's in, it's a brilliant goal. Josko Gvardiol, he went away from his marker and glanced it in at the near post. City 1, Forest 0.
Josko, welcome to a tour special episode of the official Man City podcast. We'd normally be doing this in our studio back at CFA, but quite a nice backdrop in Columbus, Ohio today instead. So yeah, obviously coming towards the end of the US tour when this is being recorded, how have you found the experience while being out here?
First of all, thank you. Happy to be here, and we are closer to finishing this camp, actually tour, and for me it has it's been a really nice one. You know, I would say that Kova and me joined quite late, but we've had already 2 games, and third one is coming tomorrow. So especially tomorrow, looking forward to face Chelsea, and to get back to Manchester and start the season.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you and Kova arrived in the New York stretch of the tour, but you'd already been in New York, hadn't you, on a holiday? So you're a bit of a native now, I imagine.
Yeah, I've been 4 weeks ago during the holidays in New York, and I really like the city. It's quite big for me. It's maybe too big, and everything is huge. Even the trucks, even the everything in this city is huge. And I spoke with Ko about these things, and it's just something that you don't see every day. And we also had a training session in the Central Park, which was for me quite strange, but really nice experience to be there and to have a chance to train.
It was pretty amazing. That I've seen the pictures, obviously. When did you all find out that you were going to be training there? What was sort of the reaction from the players?
So I remember the day we arrived, Kova and me, we joined the other lads for a dinner, and the schedule was just to go the next afternoon for a run, or something like that. And obviously I didn't know that we are next to the Central Park, so next morning when I woke up, I just saw the Central Park is next to the hotel. So I was like, definitely we will go for a run through the Central Park. And then at the end we just got there, and we did a couple of runs, and just like a 2-touch game. So it was a nice experience, but of course we had to be careful of not getting injured. You know, the pitch was not actually, the grass was not the perfect, but at the end of the day, you don't have everyday chance to train there.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Imagine there was a bit of extra pressure making sure your touch was sharp, though, because there were people watching as well, weren't there?
Yeah, there was many people, if I remember well, and also the small animal. How you call it? The small one,
like squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah. You didn't even see that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and I really like animals, and I have 2 dogs and 2 cats at home as well. So, yeah, it's for me. It's really nice to see that because you don't have opportunities to see that every day.
Yeah, I think they're at a premium at the CFA, aren't they? You don't normally see them running around. And then moving on as well, obviously, you went to Orlando straight after, which was quite the experience as well. And you guys got to go Universal, didn't you, to the theme park? How was that?
Yeah, so my last time when I was at the roller coasters were like 6-7 years ago. So I really wanted from, and I really wanted to go there, and we got there, and I didn't want to act like as a kid, because obviously I could see in Kova's face that he's not like that, he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, come on, Kova, you have to do it, because we are now here, and who knows when we will come back to Orlando. So I think we did all the
Got on all of it.
all the rides, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
And I was like, just like as a child, like a child, and that's me, and I really enjoy doing these things. Yeah.
Which one was your favourite?
So there is I don't know the names, but all I remember is the colors of the rides. So the black one is I guess is the fastest, and the lady said like the smoothest one. So the black one is like super cool because it's the fastest one. It goes like 300 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
Yeah. And for me, the other one is also the red one, which stops like at the top, and then you just have a view of everything around you. And I would say these two rides.
Yeah,
for me,
very different as well. One of them's keeping you guessing. The other one, you're flying off straight away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Were there any other players in the team who were kind of on your level that just loved every single one they went on?
I mean, I just love all of them, and I think also so we were like, we split in two groups, so the players and the staff. Of course, we were with the players, and I remember some guys were feeling like a sick after first ride. I don't want to name them, but yeah.
So there were some that are roller coaster fans and some that were.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice experience, but it's not just about the rides. It's it's if you want to see everything there, it obviously takes a whole day just to be there and to see everything. My goal was to get all the rides first, and then if we have time, just to have a look of the other things. So yeah,
brilliant. I suppose it's a classic example of like pre-season and a pre-season tour. There's a lot of work that goes on there. Obviously, you're gearing up for the new season, but there are some amazing opportunities for a bit of downtime as well for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, me as a footballer, I would like to have a walk in a town, and to see different culture, different things that we usually cannot see in Europe. So I think it's a nice trip to get at the level we want before the start of the season, and also to see some other things.
Absolutely. What's the experience like as well as a squad? Because it's obviously a very close-knit squad. People really get on with each other, but being with people, even people you love 24/7 for 2 weeks, can be quite a lot. But how have you found sort of the experience of the players being there together the whole time?
We are used to it, especially the players from the first team, because this is I would say like it's my family, because I see them more often than actually my parents and my sisters. So yeah, I'm just used to it, and it's something that I would say is a key if you want to be on the highest level and to perform, to achieve our goals. So it's also nice for young lads to see how we actually live, and what that means to be a professional player.
Yeah, just speaking about the young lads, obviously there's quite a few on this tour with you. How do you think they've kind of got on and settled in? You've obviously trained with them a few times, but being here regularly must be a different experience for them.
I think they've been doing good, and I'm really happy to see that many young faces. I'm also young, but
I was going to say,
I'm also young, but they are younger. So hopefully some of them will join us for this season. But still one game to go, and still we have many sessions before the start of the season. And as I said many times, it's a good opportunity. It's a good chance from Pep and from the staff to give them opportunity to play and to perform, to see where they are, we are also here to help them and to feel them, to make them feel more comfortable. And
Are there any young lads that have really impressed you in the games so far that you've played in?
I would not like to pick one. All I can say is that it's. I mean, being in the first team, I remember when I was younger, being in the first team, a part of the first team it's like a dream come true. All they need to do is to stay motivated, to keep doing the best what they do, that's all. Just to follow us, and I mean, we are here for them, and of course that we wish them all the best, and that's why we are here as a family.
Yeah. And what have you made of the support out here in the United States? We've had 2 sellout crowds that the games you've played in. The support from the City fans seems pretty amazing, to be honest.
I've seen many Man City fans in these 2 games, and especially the game against Barcelona. I've seen the numbers after the game. If I'm sure, I'm not sure, but I think there were like 64,000 people at the stadium. So I believe it was sold out, like full stadium. It's nice to see, especially in America, because we are not in Europe, and all the fans in America. That means that what we've been doing for the last couple of years is just just unbelievable and amazing. So all I can say is that we should just keep going that way. And for me, I have more goals to achieve, because I just won Premier League.
Yeah.
So
and then, as you've mentioned already, pre-season, there's lots of opportunities to go out and do things, but it is ultimately about preparing for the new season. At the time of recording, as we mentioned, we've had 3 pre-season games. You've been here for 2 of them. While the results haven't quite gone the way that we'd have hoped, you can see in the performances that there's a development, and those patterns are starting to become familiar again. Do you feel like we're moving in a good direction on this pre-season?
The most important thing for me and for the other lads, I think, it's just to get fit, to get in the shape we all want to be, and to be ready from the beginning of the season, you know. So, I mean, I think that we are doing, and we've been doing quite good. And the good thing is that every 3-4 days we have a new game. So that's exactly what we will face sooner or later in the season. And to be fair, it's not easy, and I also feel fatigue in my muscles. But as soon as we get there, you know, it will be much easier for me and for the other guys as well.
And just quickly, we'll talk about that Chelsea game. I think this podcast will go after that game, but hopefully it'll be a win for us, fingers crossed. But a really good way to end the tour, but then also a really good precursor to that first game of the season against them. Do you think there's anything we can maybe learn from that game, take into that one at Stamford Bridge, or is it more just, like you said, sharpness, get fit, ready to go for the new season?
No, definitely. The thing is that obviously first 11 of Chelsea, they're still not here, and they have some more days off. But what we can do is just to get ready, to prepare in the best way, and for the staff to see how the way they play, because they've changed the manager as well. So it's gonna be a good test. As you said, we just need to, you know, get the best version of ourselves, because the season starts in like 2 weeks, and we have a final against Man United, and the next one is already Chelsea. my opinion is that we need to be sharp at the beginning, like at the beginning of the season, and the most important is just to start the season well. I've heard many times that we are Man City and we start to win like after in the winter.
Yeah.
But my opinion is that to start the season in a good, like in a perfect way is the most important, because if you get the differences between the other clubs, then I think everything is just easier, and everything is gonna be easier also during the season.
Yeah, I suppose it just takes a bit of that pressure off, doesn't it? So I mean, we've been on these incredible winning runs, but if you're starting strongly, it means that you can afford to have a little blip here or there later in the season and still achieve your goals.
I know it's hard to get rid of pressure, because we are in Premier League and we fight for Champions League and FA Cup and Carabao Cup, and so pressure is always somewhere around, and but as you said, just to make it easier to start well and to get some points. We will see. I don't want to talk about the things that will happen, later. But for now, I would like to get ready, to be ready for FA Cup, for Chelsea game, and then when the other guys come back to Manchester, and then we can talk about the other things.
Absolutely, yeah. Focus on the short term, definitely. This is your second full season at the club coming up. We'll very quickly talk about your first one, if that's okay. I know you spoke about it a few times. One thing I wanted to actually ask you, do you remember your first start? Do you remember who it was against and everything? Because I was looking back and it's...
I do remember. It was it against Burnley?
So that was your first appearance, yeah.
That was my first... yeah. So first start.
Yeah.
Newcastle. Is it?
Yeah, but also the Super Cup against Sevilla.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
I mean, could you get much better than your first start winning a trophy?
I couldn't. I didn't expect that. So, I joined a couple of days before game against Arsenal in the Community Shield. I remember I was on the coach. We went there, and obviously I was not in first even in the squad. So it was a nice experience. We didn't win the game, but it's the beginning of the season, and we know our goals. We just keep moving, and so the next one was
so then Burnley, as you mentioned, was your debut.
So
and
it was Burnley.
Yeah, then Sevilla.
So after Burnley game was Sevilla game. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I don't remember that. So Sevilla game. I mean, I couldn't imagine better start, to start the season and to win a trophy. After how many sessions I've done, like 2-3 sessions, I don't even remember, and to get the opportunity to play in the final and to lift a trophy, really nice experience.
Absolutely. Focusing on the Premier League, was it what you expected? Because in England, we obviously hear people say, the Premier League, it's more fast, it's more direct and all that. But was it what you expected?
It was. I knew it. So I spoke with Kova yesterday. We were in the room talking about some things in our lives. And I said to Kova that when I was younger, and I always dreamed about coming to Premier League, to play in Premier League and win a trophy. So I knew that this is the league where you're gonna feel like that's a Premier League, and that's why everyone talks about that league, because the way it is. So at the beginning wasn't that easy. As everyone knows, I had that time for me to find myself, to adapt to the team, to the way they played, and at the end of the day, at the end of the season, I won a trophy that I wanted the most, and I think there is no happier person than me.
was going to say, it's the perfect way to start things off.
It is, yeah.
Just out of interest, when you were watching the Premier League as a youngster, were there any particular players that you really enjoyed watching? Because without assuming, there's a lot of very successful Croatian players during that era, but were there other players that maybe stood out to you as well?
Yeah, we've had a lot of Croatians, but I remember when I was younger, I used to watch Premier League with my father, and I cannot pick like a player or a team. I was just in love with the league and the rhythm of English football. So yeah, I'm happy to be here and happy to feel that. So yeah, I would say this is the season where I have more goals to achieve. It's not just the one; it's more goals. So we will see. Yeah.
Were there any particular players from last season that you came up against that maybe don't get the recognition they deserve? A really difficult opponent that's quite underrated.
Well, I would like to, if we talk about a player, then I would like to say last season there was a Kudus.
Yeah,
from
West Ham.
West Ham. I remember the first game, he was on the bench, so he came in for last 20 minutes, and he was playing on my side, so I already was like, he's quite good, he looks sharp, and he's good on the ball. And then I remember the second game at the end of the season. Yeah, even he scored how you call it, the bicycle kick, yeah, and he was the one who I struggled the most to play against, and I think he's the one who deserves more attention, and I believe this season he's gonna maybe to come out and to show his quality.
Yeah. That West Ham game obviously must have been a really special moment for you in your career. Where does it maybe rank for you in terms of achievements?
Well, I remember before the kickoff, I was so nervous, and I didn't want to show up the how nervous I was. I just wanted to keep it for myself, and I remember after the kickoff whistle, I just felt like everything is just gone. It's just new me, and with full desire to win a game. And the way we started the game, I was just when I saw the other guys sprinting, running, fighting for a ball, I knew it. Like, it's our day, and we're gonna win it for sure.
Yeah, the second half of last season was incredible. The winning run, catching up with Arsenal, overtaking them, everything.
Yeah.
And you were central to it. I think you've spoken quite a lot about the second half of last season. You really found your rhythm. Particularly in front of goal as well. I think it was 5 goals in 7 games at one point.
Like that. That doesn't mean
crazy, yeah. I think it is, yeah. I've written it down, so I hope that's what it was. We'll find out after. Where do you think that came from? Because, you hadn't scored for your first 7 or 8 months, and then suddenly out of nowhere, you're bagging left, right, and centre.
Yeah, I have no idea. But to be fair, my first 2 seasons in Leipzig, I used to score always at the beginning of the at least in the first half of the season.
You scored against City, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, but that was the second half of the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Score whenever. Score when I want.
Doesn't matter. Just in the crucial games. I'm kidding. So, yeah, I don't know. If you ask me where does it come from, I have no idea. I just I have games where I feel like okay, maybe it's now I feel more comfortable, more better than the other guys, or maybe they're more tired. So that's why we are actually a team, because one day I would feel much better than the other ones, and then the other day I would feel like more tired. So that's why we are here for each other. And in that time I felt like, okay, maybe I'm more fresh because I got injured like months ago before that. So I was fresh, and I was still sharp, and I felt like I need to take the responsibility and yeah, it was just my period of the season, and yeah, I'm really happy to. How many goals I've scored?
I think it was 5 in that period. Was 5 in 7.
Yeah, 5 in total
Yeah.
in the season. Yeah. So
Was there a particular one that you enjoyed the most? 'Cause I mean, some of them as well. We're not just talking about like a header from a set piece. As good as that goal is, there's other ones that were big.
to be fair, there was that game was the game where I felt like, oof, it's gonna be tough.
Is that Forest?
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. Yeah.
Just remember getting on the pitch. The pitch was really dry and no water, nothing. The sun like 30 degrees, I don't know, 20 something degrees. And after the game, I said to Kova, that was the first time that I felt we ain't gonna make it. Like, yeah. And when we scored, actually, when I scored the first goal, I was like,
Yeah.
now it's getting easier. But still, 1-0 is not the result we want. So yeah, also you have to be careful. By the end, we won the game. Erling scored as well. Yeah. So yeah, I was really happy after the game and super proud. Not just because of my goal, it's just because the way we played and the way we fought and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a real skill of this team, a real quality that. Yes, we play incredible football, but there's a real grit as well, and that was a game where we had to really fight for the 3 points.
Yeah, that's right. And we were like second, third on the table. I don't even remember. And you know that you cannot lose a game, because if you lose a game, then you're out of the race. So you know, me every time when the game comes, you just don't want to think about this, but it's always here, you know, in your mind, and it's something that follows you till the end of the season. So yeah, it makes you know, more pressure, but that's why we are professionals, and we need to get used to it to play with that, and yeah, that's why we are the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And 3 trophies in your first season, obviously the Premier League and then the Super Cup and the Club World Cup as well. Did it go as well as you'd have hoped? Did you kind of put that pressure at the start to be like, I want to win silverware straight away, or was it like a, let's just take it as it comes, see what happens?
Well, after treble, you guys done and everything, I would say that people around the world, they think, if you join the City, if you join Man City, then you're gonna win it for sure, treble again. But it's not the way it works. There is a lot of games to play, and a lot of training session, and a lot of you know, trips and whatever. So at the end of the season, you just realize how difficult it is, and what it takes to achieve all of these things. So winning 3 trophies in my first season, I'm more than happy. And yeah, I mean, of course there is a desire to win more, but that's football, and sometimes it just, the story is written different. So yeah, this new season is coming, so let's try to win everything. And yeah.
And just moving away from the pitch, how have you enjoyed living in Manchester as a city? Is it one that you enjoy?
I do enjoy. It's a bit different than Leipzig, and the only thing is the weather. Weather is a bit different than the weather in Leipzig. It's raining a lot, especially in the winter. It's cold, as you know, guys, and but that's something that I don't pay that much attention. You know, I'm here in Manchester to do my job. I'm a footballer. I play football, so yeah. No matter what's the temperature outside, I just like to be on the pitch and to kick the ball.
That must be why I never made it. You're a braver man than me, because I look outside sometimes and go, no chance.
No, I mean, we've had some times last season where you just get out on the pitch and you just feel like you're freezing, and you know, you can wait to get back inside, but we are getting paid for this, so you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
You've mentioned Mateo a few times in the podcast, sort of having conversations. How important was he and him coming to the club and sort of helping you settle in those initial few months and beyond?
Yeah, so I always like to compare the time when I signed for Leipzig and last season when I joined you guys. In Leipzig I was alone. I didn't have no one to speak with, especially Croatian. Obviously I don't speak German, so it was more difficult for me. But this time I've had Mateo with me, and he's like I would say he's like my father, and he's always here for me, and he takes me everywhere. Everywhere they go, he just come with us, because I live alone. I'm single. My parents they live in Croatia, but they come often. So most of the time I'm alone here, and he's the one who always likes to call me to invite me for a lunch, for a dinner, whatever. And it's just different story than the one I've had in Leipzig. Yeah.
And as Mateo as a player, I think City fans appreciate how good he is, but he feels very much like he goes under the radar because he brings so much, not just to City but Croatia as well. He's a real. We're talking about a real world-class player here, aren't we?
Yeah, he is, and I mean that's football, and sometimes you, even with the qualities you have, you don't, as you said, you don't get that much attention, and but me as his friend, and obviously the other guys, we all know his qualities, and you can see the assist he last game against Barcelona. I mean, he just to be fair, that's exactly what he does the best, and he's really strong on the ball, and when he gets the ball, it's so difficult to take the ball away from him, and but I think that he shouldn't be focused about that things like being under the radar and everything, because he knows his qualities. He's 30 already, but he still looks young, and I believe he feels young as well. So he's got like many things to do, and hopefully he's gonna show the class he has and how good he is. I mean, he's showing already. He shows us every day. Yeah. But
Do you think that's maybe worked to his advantage a bit? The fact that he's maybe quite underrated by other people, and then when you get out on the pitch, you actually realise, oh, maybe I should have.
I've never thought about that, but maybe you're right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He knows the best, and for me it's difficult to talk about him because he knows. He knows him the best, so all I can say is that I can talk about his qualities, and not as a footballer, more also as a person. Yeah. And I mentioned this many times, so I'm really happy to have him next to me, also in the team. He's a funny guy, and I said there that I mean, for me he's funny because I get the jokes. The other guys they don't understand it, so they don't get it. So.
Yeah. It's like your own personal comedy show.
Say it again?
It's like your own personal comedy show.
VIP service, yeah. Yeah. And I believe the team and the staff is happy to have him as well. So
we'll just finally talk a little bit about the new season without getting too far ahead of ourselves. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're going into this new season as a better player than you were the last year, sort of ready to attack it and be a key figure for the team?
Well, as a better player, yeah. I would say yes, because after last season, I think if I start the season as a same Josko as the last season, then I wouldn't be happy, because the thing is that I want to improve myself and to get to the next level. So, at the beginning of the last season, I had a period where I felt like Like it's just not the rhythm I play. It's not the I need some more time to adapt. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel. I didn't have. It's just the period we all have in this sport. So yeah, I would say a new player, new me, and I feel more comfortable. And the only thing is that I've changed the position last season. Obviously, Pep decided for me to play that position, and I've never complained. And yeah, I've taken it as a challenge for me, and I like to take new challenges and to see am I ready for that. So yeah, looking forward to see what's my position this season. I'm kidding. I just can't wait to start the season, and especially to see other guys, and to have a good season.
Yeah. Just very quickly talking about that position, you'd obviously played at fullback for Leipzig as well. But how did you find that transition, and how has it maybe brought more into your game when you do play at centre half again?
It wasn't that easy, but it's just something that if you want to play, you just need to accept it and do it the best as you can. So at the beginning was a lot of running, forward and backwards, and which you as a central back, you are not used to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I've had like games where I just felt like it's not for me, and I thought like this is the best the way I can do it. So yeah, I thought like this is not for me, the position is not for me, and maybe I should talk to the manager. But then at the end of the day, you just realize that you can do whatever you want if you want to, and I needed some time to get used to it, to adapt, and to understand the way we play, and to understand what exactly the manager wants from me.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get there, I think the things has been more easier for me, and yeah.
Just finally, obviously we're hoping to win a 5th Premier League title in a row, which would be incredible.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other things, a long way to go. But who do you feel are our biggest challengers if we're going to be really pressed to win that 5th title?
Well, I don't know. I wish no one. But yeah, this is Premier League, and I don't know. Obviously, we know that Arsenal is always here, and Liverpool is always in a title race as well. Chelsea could be really interesting this season, but yeah, we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll see tomorrow. No, I just don't know, and I don't like to talk about these things because this sport is a bit different. Every time you talk about something, then it gets opposite. So let's just be focused on ourselves and perform just to get ready for the beginning of the season in a good shape, to look good, and to go game by game, and to win as much as possible.
Absolutely. Well, fingers crossed we'll be adding a few more next season. Josko, thank you so much for your time on the podcast. Hope you've enjoyed it. Good luck against Chelsea, and then obviously in the United, and then Chelsea again.
Yeah, that's right.
The game's coming up. Again, thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed it. And thank you everybody for coming along and listening or viewing, whichever one you're looking on. Make sure to leave us a like, a comment, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from. Make sure you subscribe to City Plus, because it's the best place to get these podcasts in full, as well as full match replays, pit cam, so many other things on there. And of course, download the Man City app, the best place for you to get all of your news, all your updates from one handy place. So once again, thank you very much, and see you in the next one.
The unbeatable official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.